The 20 sides to every story. My name is Casey. Today we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and we are working our way through Vecna's Eve of Ruin, and it looks like my subscription has expired because I'm seeing a commercial, but I'll get that fixed up in just a moment. The party has been making their way through several of the planes. They have just made it back from the demi-plane of Dread, Ravenloft itself, after having encountered priests of Ozzibus, shadows all over the place, quite some nasty monsters and demons, and the Baron himself, or the Count himself, Strahd von Zarovic, due to some good negotiations with Strahd's nursemaid, as well as Strahd himself. The party was able to make it out of there without too much combat and in possession of the next piece of their rod. And thank you very much for the cheer as we get started here. The rod has directed them to the plane of Kryn, known for its popular Dragonlance books in the player world. But the quick bit of research that they were able to do with Mordenkainen's assistance is that Kryn is under the influence, or more frequently influenced, by the actions of its dragons. The chromatic dragons there, under the lead of their dragon queen Takesis, causing especial trouble. The rod piece seems to be originating from a large tree, and the portal has been set to take you there when you're ready. And that's kind of the info that you're able to dig up on Kryn. The gods are maybe a little more sparse. Dragons are a little less grandiose, but more active. And you're going to be heading there soon. If any of you would have other information about Kryn or want to try some research, we can do that. But the other thing we need to do is talk about what happened as we came back through the door, because one of the potential party members, Montgomery Beta, was forced to stay behind, unable to join in due to the troubles with... Excuse me, I just noticed my overlay is acting up a little bit there. Scoot that out of the way. I'll fix that in a moment. Due to Montgomery Beta being left behind, having been given a soul through polymorph by the witch Baba Lysaga, and Baba Lasagna, and passing along some messages, which I'm curious to hear how were conveyed back to the party. So if we can do a little fast forward and rewinding to get to the point where everybody's come out of the portal, they've had enough time to settle in and get their wits back about them, and we're kind of going over what our next steps are and also talking about what's gone over there. Turning it back over to the party as I sort out why I've got a rogue overlay going on. So what's going on there, folks?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Give me just a moment here.
Yep.
If somebody else has got something to do, I'm trying to get all my windows open.
Is Montgomery here too, or are we kind of Montgomery list in this moment?
Montgomery would probably be showing up shortly thereafter. Like, you would have made it into the area, Montgomery would be alerted, and then Montgomery would be showing up.
I guess discreetly to the group, should we tell Montgomery that his firstborn is potentially going to be taken from him by Strahd?
I thought it was
his
lastborn.
His lastborn.
So
That
he's
he's-
you just gotta keep making kids.
Oh, first could be last. You never know.
Yeah. Tell him definitely don't stop at 1.
Montgomery.
Well, he's not here quite yet.
Oh.
Yep.
Would it not be the offspring of his double?
No, that doesn't sound like how he worded it.
Uh, could have been,
Should we
but
not tell him?
but it could trickle back since that was part of Montgomery.
Yeah, can we rewind for a moment?
Sure.
Right, because that last session I had missed,
Mhm.
and I thought we had said that we were gonna say our goodbyes.
Yep. So we can
Beta.
drop in there. So let's thank you. Let's jump back probably half an hour prior to that as we're starting to think that one through. So you're with Montgomery Beta at the portal, most likely getting ready to exit. Montgomery Beta has realized he cannot leave. Sorry.
Right, yeah, because that's where you guys had kind of left it. Unfortunately, I had something come up and I couldn't join that session. All right, let me get my head wrapped around this. So, I guess you guys realize I can't leave. I can't go back with you.
Yeah, that sucks for you. See ya.
Yeah, that's what you were saying earlier.
It's
Oh,
But I
it's a disappointing turn of events, I must say.
It is. You're actually a little more lively than Montgomery is.
well,
It's true.
I am my own person now. I guess I have that going for me.
Yes, you do, and that's quite a remarkable thing. Though I wish it wasn't here.
Yeah, I am stuck here though. I don't know. Maybe Montgomery will feel bad, and you guys can figure out a way to come back and free me from here. Maybe the wizards will know.
I'll be back every 10 years or so. So if you want me to bring you anything, I'll try and get in communication with you beforehand, and I can bring Strahd and you some goodies. Hopefully.
Well, that would be nice.
alternatively, we could end you here and now, relatively painlessly and quite quickly.
I don't think that works because he's bound here, right? Death doesn't seem like something that necessarily stops people in this space.
Well, you had best hope it does, because otherwise we're going to have a group of very angry people coming after us. And given how only you and Montgomery Beta here are going to be staying and coming back consistently, I wish you luck.
And fortunately, you actually were going to be one of those who were staying here planted in the ground.
It's true. If I hadn't been brought back, I would be stuck here.
So I think death may be a permanent thing. Unless you have the ability to surpass it.
It seems like it is. And I'm not ready to give up. I'm sure there's a way out of this mess I've created for myself, or rather, Montgomery's created for me. Speaking of which, I have a note for you, Telovere, that you can give to Montgomery.
Uh-oh.
I mean, you're the only one that's really been the kindest to me. As he glares over at the paladin.
I mean, dude, you've had a pretty nasty attitude the whole time, so see ya. Hit the
Televere's
road.
like looking at his fingers and he's like counting off things in his head and he's like, that actually does track. I'm surprised.
It's because we're in this domain of death that Televere's the nice one in this world.
He's the most at
I hadn't thought about it that way.
I did feel very at home here.
Well, I was thinking for a little bit. I think the only way that I can make an impact on Montgomery is I was going to give you this promissory note so that you could collect fees for the help that you gave me while we were trying to find the laboratory and other items to heal myself before I made the deal with the hag, which has been both good and bad, I suppose.
I mean, there are
But
upsides and downsides to it, I suppose.
but basically, it's a promissory note that uh, uh, instructs Montgomery to pay you for services.
Oh, lovely.
Because we had
I'll
talked
make-
about that before he sent me. So
I'll
you
make
know,
sure to fleece him for everything he's worth just for you.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Here, let me the You want me to read the note?
If you
Or
would
do you?
like.
Yeah.
So it says to Montgomery Scarlet, by this note, I, Beta, your creation, hereby declare a debt owed to Telovere in the amount of 5,000 gold pieces. The sum accounts for services rendered to repair damage you caused by your reckless use of magic, your arrogance, and your utter lack of forethought. You created me without understanding the spell, sent me into danger knowing I couldn't heal, and abandoned me to clean up your mess. Telovere was the only one willing to help me survive, and for that you owe him, not me, you. This debt represents only a fraction of the cost I've paid for your mistakes. Consider it a small down payment on the greater reckoning to come. One day you will understand the price of treating me like a tool, a pawn in your selfish game. Pay the 5,000 gold. You have no choice. Signed, Beta, your creation, your burden. He doesn't have that much gold. You'll bankrupt him. It will
Oh,
be
lovely.
very sweet.
You gotta wonder, like, if a simulacrum did get pissed, it would know exactly how to burn you. Like, it is
Oh
an
yeah.
angry letter to yourself. Woof.
So I
Well.
hand Telovere the promissory note.
I thank you very kindly, my friend, and I will make sure that your name is remembered. He'll remember you. I'll make sure
Oh,
of it.
thank you. And Fortune, thank you for thinking of me when you return. Hopefully I'll still be here and we'll be able to communicate.
Well, if we find a way to get you out of here, then I'll bring whatever tools I can find on the outside to help with that too. So,
Yeah. And even if it's just word of Serafina and how she's doing, that would actually be enough. You don't have to
do you have a
actually
letter
bring
you
me.
want to her?
It was all I could do to concentrate on this for Montgomery. Maybe on the next go around I'll have a letter ready.
Okay.
Although I'm not sure how she'll feel, right? I mean, I
It
love her,
probably
but she doesn't love me, I suppose. She loves Montgomery, so
That could be an interesting triangle. I can set it up to music if you want.
well, I imagine the longer in between now and then, the harder it will be for the triangle to really be effective. So the sooner we get Beta out, the more dramatic it will be.
Beta, if you have a sheet of paper that you're gonna send to her, I'll find a way to add some lovely music to it so she can think of you.
um yeah, I'll have time to write. I'll write something and I'll give it to Fortune when he returns. Or to you when you guys come back sooner, if you're able to. I mean, but ultimately,
I'll,
I mean, you're all busy on the current mission. There's no telling how long that's going to take.
Beta, you don't deserve to be stuck here. I promise I will look into figuring something out. I at least know a few people who may have ideas of what they could do to help.
Or if you want, we could just make a simulacrum of her and send the simulacrum in.
Ooh. I'll have to think about that.
Simulacrum love.
I mean, of
just
course,
tell
I'm
Fortune.
intrigued by the idea, but what's happened to me, I don't know if I could subject anybody else to that.
Well,
It
it's
would be the
entirely
same
up-
mistake.
It's entire. You shut up about mistakes. You just swore your soul to a vampire.
I swore a favor to him every 10 years. It's fine.
Yes.
I am skilled enough. It will not be that big of a deal.
Fortune, we'll talk about that
Anyway,
later.
I will make sure that I absolutely follow through on your vengeance, dear Beta. And if you need anything, and you can get word to me, please do.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
And with
And on the
that,
subject of pledges to this vampire, please give him substandard service
Please.
to the best of your ability.
I don't think that's really in the spirit of the agreement, though, right?
I would argue probably not, unfortunately.
Yeah, Loktar, let's not piss off one of the strongest undead especially in his own domain.
You've got another really strong undead already lined up. And so, as the Misty Portal gives you access to leave this dread domain behind, Montgomery Beta will be staying back. Unfortunately, communication through the mists, very rare. It'll have to be someone carrying something by hand back into the demiplane. Good news, you've got a courier. But now as you emerge back into the sanctuary, what who's taking point on catching Montgomery up once he arrives back in? Montgomery, I believe, has been back dealing with family matters in Neverwinter. So a short while later will be summoned forth. Illustriel will send
there
her
any magic-
assistant there. Go ahead.
Oh, is there any magic alterations anyone wants to do to the letter just to prank Montgomery a bit?
Telovere is going to make sure that letter stays away from you guys because that letter is promising him like 5,000 gold, and he ain't gonna give that up.
No, to add more to it.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no.
5,000 gold each.
Excuse me, I don't know who you think you are, what you did here, but you did absolutely nothing but make Beta miserable. In his
Okay.
name, I think not.
Okay. I did not make him miserable. I didn't help the situation, but I did not purposely make him miserable.
No, I would be considered not helping the situation by not being around you guys. I heard what was going on. You definitely dicked the dog on that one.
Regardless, I'll handle telling Montgomery about Beta, don't worry.
So
Can
we
I
need to
make a
also
sleight of hand
tell
to have written,
yeah, go ahead.
to have amended and added one magical artifact to the note as well, due to fortune.
Sure.
So basically, at some point, Fortune is going to have discreetly try to write an extra thing in there to him
Okay.
You're gonna try to
for the
steal it
future.
off of
For the future,
For the future.
within 10 years' time. It's his contingency for Strahd.
So we also need to tell him that we need to tell Montgomery that he either never has kids or he never stops having kids.
And so, as Montgomery is summoned and news is distributed, what news have you all to exchange with one another?
Well, Montgomery.
Hey everybody. I was
have-
planning to be here when you got here. Sorry I wasn't here. I was
Yes,
hoping to
we
explain
noticed.
everything.
That explanation would
honestly-
have been better actually before we left, knowing that you weren't there.
Well, also,
that's
I
a
don't think it
different
matters at this
scenario.
point, since we know everything.
I mean, I was there though. That's the whole point.
Okay.
I would disagree, and I think the
Your
letter
Your
that I
cowardice
have here
may have
also
unforeseen
disagrees.
consequences.
There was
Well,
at least 5 times a fireball would have been helpful that didn't come because there was limited spells on your beta.
Yeah, do you know how many times I had to see
Limited
Sacred
spells.
Flame?
No, he's supposed to be an exact copy of me. There's no limited spells. What are you
Yes,
talking about?
so here's the thing. One, you owe me in excess of 5,000 gold. Here you go, have a letter. 2,
What?
sorry, I know this may
Here
be
you
a
go.
bad time, but you actually owe me $32,000 in legal fees. In essence, simulacrum, great in theory, not so great in practice. Doesn't heal as normal creatures would. It is in fact very much bound to the idea of golem healing, which is to say it's very expensive. Not
No,
as
no, no, no,
powerful.
no. That's not right.
Yes, no, that's absolutely right.
No, it's right here. And he starts pulling out a spell book and flipping to the page. And you see, he's got. Oh, I missed this word. Half.
Yes, see,
Oh,
you
and he
missed that
can't
word.
regain spells.
Mhm.
Well, maybe I should have read this a little closer, but he should have been all right.
Oh, he was great. Honestly, there were moments where I had a hard time discerning between you two. But at the end of the day, he's not very happy with you, and he's now a he. It's not an it. You have a brother-son creation nephew thing, living with Strahd now, who's very much alive and very much on par with you.
You left him there?
We had to.
Well, because things like simulacrum don't have souls, when simulacrum get turned into things in places that keep souls, typically the souls that are created are kept there.
So he's no longer my simulacrum. He's no longer me. He has his own soul.
Oh, no, I would argue he's probably more you now than he ever was.
Yeah.
If you're kind of a raging asshole with a nasty attitude.
So, in this case, it's
Yeah,
very much
see?
similar to
That's not
Duren.
me. I'm not raging. Have I ever been nasty
I-
to any of you?
Eh,
I'm
let's not go
nothing
there
but a
yet.
wealth of information.
Let's
I
not.
always have something
Yes,
to say.
Duren, we'll have a
a wealth of-
conversation about that in a segue.
A wealth of information does not always equate to being a good person to your comrades in arms, and this is coming from me.
Yeah, pot kettle. Yeah.
I'm aware, that's why I'm saying it. Like, in essence, I suppose in a court of law, you are now two separate distinct beings.
Well, yeah, especially you're calling him Beta instead of me, too.
Yes,
Who named him
like I
Beta?
said, he did actually.
So he
I
named
don't think.
himself? He's no longer me?
No, he's very much you. He's just a bit of an offshoot.
Yeah,
Think
you have
of
a
it
lot
as
of
a split in a
similarities.
tree branch. You're still the same branch. You've just gone in two different directions. In your case, you'll go on to become an acclaimed hero with a happy wife and a happily married life. In his case, he'll be stuck serving a vampire for all eternity in a hellscape of your own creation, surrounded by undead.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
and
still
Fortune has to go
confused
back
how
and
he
sleep.
got stuck there, right? Why couldn't he come
Since
home?
he had no soul.
Okay. Long story short, don't negotiate with hags because it never really works the way you think it's going to.
Well, I did
And
negotiate with a hag.
Beta
I'm not
did.
saying you specifically. I'm saying just in general.
Oh, in general, yes, I would totally agree with that. Those wiser words have never been spoken.
Simulacrum Beta became self-aware. Went, I don't actually like this not having a soul thing, and then got a soul. That's it. That's the whole story.
And Beta feels like that's my fault.
Well, you did kind of send him in there to die.
Oh, I didn't send him in there to die. I thought he'd come back with you guys. I had other ideas for him to do once he got back. This wasn't
How
part
long
of the
does he
plan.
last?
That
He can
sounds like
last. He lasts forever, right? I mean, if he gets
Until
damaged, he can be
he
repaired.
dies, he falls unconscious. Yeah, he'll last. But I think maybe he wasn't wanting to feel like a tool.
I think the better term here is slavery. And that's
Telovere,
coming from me. I use undead corpses. Like,
That's why I said a tool. You're using them like a tool, like a magical tool.
well, the long and short of it is, I wouldn't go there anytime soon if you continue to value your kneecaps or life. And also, we need to get a simulacrum of your wife.
What?
Also,
No,
you can't.
that's
You,
not.
you,
That's
also,
not
you
gonna
can't
happen.
have. You can't
Okay,
That's
so
have.
not gonna happen.
hold on?
He-
What's your moral issue with this? Because if you
No,
have no
no,
issue
no,
sending
no,
yours
no.
in, why would there be a problem
Seraphina's
with ours?
mine. That's the here. You know what?
But in
He
that
grabs a
but in-
bottle of ink and splashes it across the page. The simulacrum spell is now completely covered with ink. You can't read it.
Oh no, how
I will
terrible.
never cast that spell again. And I'm definitely not making a copy of Seraphina for Beta,
That's-
who wants to, extort 5,000 gold pieces out of me.
That's
Will this
so
also
terrible.
restore
and a
ownership
magic
of
item.
your child?
No,
And
there's
a
no
magic item.
No, ignore him. He read the letter to me. These hooligans have added something, I'm sure.
Added what?
Mine was always there. There was always a note that said, and a magic item for fortune within 10 years' time.
I look at
Fortune.
the note. Is that on there?
Yeah, of course. And
Fortune's
it's very
handwriting.
clearly different. It's very different handwriting. Like,
That was
he
the
can write
next
it on there
question.
discreetly, but he can't impersonate the handwriting. So it's very obviously he wrote that there.
This
Fortune
doesn't look
here.
like my handwriting here, Fortune.
Yeah, Fortune decided to sell himself to the vampire as magical treasure hunter.
What?
To ensure that we
Right.
got out of there without having to die to him. That was to save our lives, including Beta's.
No, that don't even try and swing that in a heroic manner. You just straight up told him that. Like there was no need to do any of that. We had him there where we needed him. You just offered. That's on you. And no, I will not
You
be
offered
helping
him-
you on that.
You offered two things, and he looked mildly disinterested, and I decided to sweeten the pot before he had a chance to attack us.
Yes,
You're welcome. I'm very, very smart.
He's an undead vampire. Of course that he would look bored. Do you think anything looks interesting after 3,000 years of life? I'm
Yeah, do you
eyeballing
see how interested he was asking me to bring how Kaz got out of his own domain? He looked very interested at that moment.
Yes, also, how exactly do you plan on doing that, Fortune?
Well, if it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist.
Fortune, that's not what you promised.
I mean, I'm sure we'll find out. We're
He
going
said,
after
bring the
Vecna.
item that allowed him.
I'm
Yes,
sure we'll
Fortune.
find out.
Even if that item doesn't necessarily exist,
I can bring him the how. It might not work for him.
I think I need to start taking notes here. This is quite a bit to unpack here.
Okay, long story short, your magical slave is no longer a slave.
He was never a slave.
I
He was
don't
just
know.
friendly to me.
All the language you've been
And
using
friendly to you.
gives me really, really big slave feelings from it. But we're going to ignore that for the moment.
Boy,
do
don't
not-
call the kettle black.
Do not assume he was friendly to us.
Duren, you were
Duren-
not friendly to him. I would
like-
be loath to say you were friendly to anything in that damn place. Regardless,
Yeah, I was ready to get my ass out of there.
I'm aware. Regardless, Beta is very unhappy with you. Does not see you as a good person because you basically created him to go in there, fight, and then possibly die and then come back.
Well,
Not really
I
giving
did
him-
kind of overlook a couple things. I didn't realize he wasn't going to be a complete copy of me. I mean, it was the first time I've cast the spell.
Also, just as a moral question, did you give him a choice?
Well, I mean, I just asked him to, and he agreed. It's not like I forced him.
But did you give him the option to stay and do the family business instead? Like, was there any discussion
Well,
there?
of course not.
If,
He couldn't take care of the family business I needed to take care of.
Oh, speaking of family business, if you
Oh,
pop out
yes.
one kid,
I did forget about that.
do not
that
stop
part.
having kids.
Yes, you absolutely want to have as many children as fast as possible. And if, let's just say,
What?
you may
Or no
want to look
kids.
at, you may want
no
to
kids is also an option.
you may
We're
want to
not
look
sure,
at
we're not sure about adoption.
alternate relationships if that ever comes necessary. Like, I would do it very, very quickly. Like
Like I said,
possibly within the year.
if you have one, have more. Don't stop.
Where's all this coming from?
Don't stop till you get one you're okay to lose.
Out of curiosity, up
Okay,
until
to
that
lose.
moment, is like because Montgomery strikes me as a little bit straight laced sometimes. Is he like blushing at this, or like what's his like reaction?
He's trying to figure this out because it's not making any sense, right?
Your
They're talking about him having
lineage-
kids, which is a bizarre sequence of timing, right?
Montgomery, your
That's easy.
lineage is on the line to go to Barovia unwillingly.
Why
Yeah,
is my lineage on the line to go to Barovia?
because the simulacrum that you created, which was in fact part of you, promised your lastborn to a hag. This is why I said you never want to deal with hags. And then he became a legally distinct being. So technically, he was operating under your jurisdiction and your authority as your tool within that realm. They made that deal and then became legally emancipated. I
Well,
did, in
this-
fact, go to law school, maybe for 2 days.
Oh, so any
This is a
further
lot to
promises
unpack.
made by Beta would not fall to Montgomery to pay.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
No, not at this
Just
point.
like
He's a
this
legal.
promissory note, right?
He's a, no,
If
the
it had been
promissory
me
note.
giving you this note, then I would have to honor it. But he clearly
but-
said he signed it Beta. He didn't even sign it me.
Yes, but I would
Beta,
recommend.
Beta
I would
owes
recommend,
you the 5,000.
I would recommend reading the note. It explains a little bit about his feelings towards you.
All right, give me the note.
I hand over the note, and I'm like, also, I hate to break the news to you. You do owe me 30,000 gold in legal fees.
30,000. Now, where's this coming from?
Oh,
You have
this is
another
just- this-
document that I signed?
Oh no, you didn't sign anything. This is just to make sure Beta doesn't come back.
Beta doesn't come back. Why, you orchestrated that?
Me? No, I would never do such a thing. Beta was quite nice. I would have much preferred to have him here than you. But
What?
Beta
Well,
had an
Beta-
interesting personality, actually.
Beta and I got along better than you and I do. I think it may had something to do with the fact that we were in a realm of dread and death and decay that probably affected all of our souls in some sort of deep metaphysical manner.
Telovere
I'm
was
not going to
glowing
about
the
that.
whole time.
I loved it. I think
Yeah.
I was the happiest I have ever been. It was quiet, calm, cool, misty.
I actually
My skin.
saw Telovere smile. Never
It
seen him
was-
smile before.
I think I'll
Not
go back
even-
sometime for a vacation.
Not even when we go to the Shadow Realm and he sees those bones where he can, just imagine his army. He doesn't.
He goes
even-
to the bone
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah, I go to the
Yeah.
Bone Zone.
He doesn't get that type of smile when he goes to the Bone Zone. He when we were in Barovia, that smile, that was a true smile.
If the world wasn't ending and I didn't have things to do here, I would 100% just stay there. Unfortunately, the worlds are ending and I can't do that. So
Also, I would just like to say, Bone Zone, not for Montgomery. You're either
Well-
gonna go to the Bone Zone, or you're either gonna never go, or you're just gonna stay in the Bone Zone.
What are you talking about?
You can't have kids.
you either don't want any kids at all, or you want to have as many kids as physically possible with as many people as physically possible.
Wait, I
In
thought we
the-
just established that was Beta that made that deal, not me.
No,
As part of you.
no.
As part of you.
Because Beta at that time was still part of you making that deal for you in your stead legally.
So
It was
the
only
hag-
after that deal was confirmed that
wouldn't be
Beta
surprised.
became a emancipated being.
I think I think we should do some research on this.
I think you should go do some research on this while I go find a way to hag-proof my catacombs.
I can
Yeah,
help
gotta
you
go,
with that.
gotta go
one, Telovere.
protect Yumi. Yumi.
And Telovere is going to turn to Duren and just stare at him for a minute and go, maybe.
So I'm
I
still
thought I had to Duren pretty
flabbergasted.
heavily.
I mean, Beta. One, just this whole creation of Beta, and two, how he turned on me. I mean, he obviously told you guys about Serafina being pregnant and I'm gonna have a child, and now you're telling me I gotta keep having children, or stop with the one I don't want to keep, or don't mind losing. You guys are
I have-
you guys are pretty sick.
Televere's
Wait,
gonna look
wait.
at the group and go, Did anyone else like get told that? Because I wasn't told that.
No, I have an
Yeah,
incredible memory, and I did not hear
I
him
had
say
no
that. And great
idea.
ears, the best ears, and I
Yeah,
did
no,
not hear that.
I really that was not mentioned at all, my friend.
Well, then how did this whole thing of children come up?
He
Oh,
The
it's
chose
timing
that.
just seems
Look,
unreal.
Oh no,
It
he-
doesn't
it's
seem,
because your last born child has been promised to the hag Baba Lasaga, and she will come to
by
collect.
by your simulacrum before she gave him his soul. So
Yes,
he
so
was tied to you at that moment. So if I would say that
and
you're
you guys
probably
let Beta do this?
no, I was getting my ass beaten by a bunch of vampires downstairs, so I didn't really have much of a say at the time. But next time, I will
I
make sure that I go up there as I am being actively fed upon by a coterie of vampires to tell your simulacrum, who I didn't know was a simulacrum at that time, that you are 100% not legally bound and obligated to that hag's agreement.
I'm still not sure if I'm bound. I don't know. Now I got to
In
find
my
a hag expert.
I mean, you could also just
in my
roll
defense,
the dice.
Montgomery, I did not fully understand who you were until we saw you here. During this conversation, I realized that Beta was not you, so I could not have told you it
Beta
sooner.
told us
Notes,
there. You
Hold on.
didn't get it until
Hold on.
now.
The fact that Loktar didn't pick up on that the entire
I'm saying this out loud.
very-
Lockdown is
is
saying this
very
out loud to
Loktar.
him.
Yeah.
You are. He said he gave us an explanation, Loktar.
It made
How
no
bad of a
sense.
beating did you take?
He said many words that sounded like gibberish, just as Montgomery often does.
Telovere is gonna walk up to Loktar, put his hand on his shoulder, and be like, "Loktar, I'm just proud of you for understanding it now. That is better than you've ever done before, and I am so proud of you, my friend."
Boy, Telovere, you do seem like you've changed.
Well, I give it a few days, and I'm sure that the post-vacation high will come off. But for now, yes.
And
So did you
so,
find the piece? Can we get back to the mission?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that we found that way before even talking to Strahd. It was honestly just well, I mean, I died getting it, but other than that, it was pretty not too bad.
I had
Oh,
to
yeah,
sleep.
Fortune-
I had to sleep in a coffin.
Fortune
Yeah.
did die. That was a fun
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, yes, we got the piece. Let's go, guys. I want to go take a nap.
and
Also, I
so,
believe we're making a base out in the Outlands
yes,
to
I don't
travel from plane to plane.
some things will
We're
take place
doing
in the
what?
downtime. I do have one quick question, because it is a thought that amused me. Loktar, what do you wear when you take a long rest?
He just has black robes and a skull on his head.
Okay, so when you go to get ready to sleep, you take everything off, black robes and a skull.
I'd probably sleep in the robes. Why not?
Okay.
I have a hold on. I have a follow-up
Why?
question. Real quick, I have to interject here. Is your skull like a sleeping mask? Is like the eye sockets covered? You wear it like a sleeping mask?
No, he thinks it's like a sleeping mask, but the eyes are fully not covered.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to ask. Like, I felt like that was an important information for us to know.
So I think we can add one more death to Loktar's counter, because I believe he was like negative 30 some to his strength. So as soon as he takes his belt off, he's just gonna whoomp, dead. Have to be resurrected. But just on the things that was amusing me as I was thinking about stuff. The party gets the benefits of the
gosh.
long rests. They get their benefit of their level. They are able to do a little bit of shopping, a little bit of information gathering, and we have now determined that Kryn is the next area to get to. The Wizards 3, Illustrial and Tasha, are out and about at the moment doing what research they are able. Morden Kanan is recovering from his most recent excursions. He seems to be focused on trying to find where Vecna is running this ritual from, narrowing down some of the options without exposing himself to the cult, so that once the rod is assembled, they will be able to pursue. They're also making a bit of noise as they do so, to keep Vecna and his cultists off your trail. Kryn, he's able to share about the dragons, and you get the direction that the rod will be located in a big tree. Beyond that, anything else we wish to accomplish before we get ready to head out?
I would like to note that I am creating my 2 whites.
2 whites, check. Visit to the Corpse Emporium to pick up some fresh ones, and whites are deployed.
I don't think I'm doing anything.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, I think
Sitting in the corner,
almost-
upset that everyone was calling me a bully.
It's not a bully. Fair enough.
Las-Dal, after going to the Shadowfell with Telovere, is gonna break off from the Shadowfell and head back to home and try to mend some fences.
Mend some fences. We needed some money, a copy of a good book, and a solid apology to
Yeah.
Mom.
You got 2 books from
2 books?
Sigil.
Okay.
2 books.
2 books from Sigil. We're gonna try and mend those fences.
Yep.
Mom is as haughty and dignified as ever. So those 2 books, did we get them of the appropriate first edition, well made, and all such things? Excellent. And can we lead off with? Are you going in there with a sincere apology, or are you trying to?
He is going in with sincereness.
Sincerity. So I think then a persuasion check as Las-Dal tries to make good with his mother, from whom many years ago he stole a tome to get himself into a certain library.
Did it not come across?
I haven't seen it yet. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Son of a... It's a natural 20.
I don't believe it!
Hang on.
It'll get here. It'll get here. But
I
no. The players have not fibbed at me yet. So with a natural 20, of course.
Oh, you could see it in the Beyond log.
It's in
20 plus
Beyond.
10, or 30.
Ooh,
20 on the dice, 10 on the.
there we
the
go.
modifier.
So we'll fight with D&D Beyond in a little bit, but Mom is, acknowledging that you're finally making something of yourself. You're finally making good on, the 2 months of labor that she endured for you and other such things as she might lay into you for. What have you been doing with yourself? She will probably ask. To which, what have you been doing with yourself, Las-Dal, that you would be willing to share with your family?
I'm pretty sure they would be able to notice pretty easily that he is not as copper-toned as he normally would be, being an elf.
Mm-hmm.
So he would explain to them that he's had a curse placed on him as he traveled doing investigations for the library and for the Neverwinter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he would let them know that he has a curse on him at the moment. He wouldn't be telling them that he has truly been altered.
Your mom seemed like a pretty on the point and perceptive individual to me. Give me a quick
Hard to let 'em,
whatever you consider to be how well you mask your condition once she's giving you the "what's wrong with my baby boy" stare, and I don't remember if you remember to breathe all the time.
Oh, he's been doing it to pass around everybody else currently, so he has been doing that.
Okay. So give me a deception, a performance, whatever you think would be appropriate there. I think you almost have those on lock anyway, but just don't roll a one.
We'll go with the deception here.
And then holler out once that runs, and we'll get us.
That's the shiny roll. That's a 19. That was a 4 plus 15.
19's still not bad at all. And so
Garbage for me.
Is it mom deceiving?
it is enough that she knows something's wrong, but she can see you're trying to take care of it. She's maybe a little worried that, like, is it super serious? Should I call in the family and make preparations? Like, are you making good because this is the last I'm going to see of you?
Well, I would let her know that I am trying to help with the situation of Vecna, so I let her know that there is danger around. So he's not ready to die, but he is treading dangerous waters.
All right. So we are back on Mom's good graces. You have another place that you could possibly retreat to if needed, and someone that you can reasonably trust. Anybody else need to keep me up to date on something? Cool. On Kryn, the world that you'll be heading towards, we've talked about the dragons. We haven't mentioned the cataclysm, an apocalypse that destroyed nations, unleashed monsters, and cast Kryn into a dark age not so long ago. The land is war-torn. Infamous warlords, such as the elf mage Fealthas and the Death Knight Lord Soth, have taken up arms there in bids for power. They flock to the banner of Queen Takesis, and many a noble knight struggles against them. Into all this you'll be thrown. I didn't think I heard any other preparations.
Yeah, before we go though, I just who's got my shield?
What shield?
The shield that Beta had.
Oh, lost forever.
Beta
What do you mean it lost forever? That's not even mine. That's our benefactors.
Yeah,
Beta
see,
didn't hand it off to us.
no, it was worse than that. Remember, there was this terrible accident in which the shield was 100% destroyed and crushed and absolutely turned to a fine powdery dust, almost like it was hit by a destroy magical item spell that was cast and destroyed all magical spells in an area. I'm not even trying to deceive him. I'm just spewing like the most bold-faced lie ever.
Oh yeah, Lothar drew another card.
I have no memory of this.
Okta, you were also unconscious for a good 60% of that time.
This
Yeah.
is true. Which is why I do not
Anyway, let's go to
deny it.
Kryn.
I can
Well,
neither
I need
confirm
to
nor
try-
deny.
I need to try and get another shield. What
Oh,
would
yes,
it
you do.
take? What would it take to try and replace the +2 shield?
+2.
+2, I believe, is a 25 on a persuasion check.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't even think I can roll that.
Then how you?
Where's persuade? No, I can't roll that.
Then you
You
can
could
hit
try.
that 20.
You could try for a +1 for a +1 shield. 20 for a +1 shield.
All right. I guess I'll try for the +1 shield then.
You got it. Persuasion check. 13 is
Nope.
not gonna make it.
All right. We
Is there anywhere we could go for potions?
Readily
healing potion?
available. As
I guess
many
I
as
will
you'd
just
like.
get a regular shield.
Certainly can.
What's a greater healing potion go for?
I am not sure I will get you those numbers, but I think it's somewhere in the 250 range.
I'm gonna buy 2 of those then.
Yep. I will get you updated with the appropriate numbers there.
Yeah, I'll grab one as well if that's okay.
Sounds good. Greater healing, sorry, 100 gold.
Oh, okay.
I'll grab 2 then, just to make sure I can help.
What's
Can
the
do.
next up from greater then?
Superior, 500 gold.
I'll do 2 superiors then.
Can do.
I'll do 2 superiors.
You know what? I'll hop on this train. I'll buy 4 graders.
Can do. I mean, you're coming into 30,000 gold soon, right?
I know, right? It's great.
I cannot even afford a single healing potion.
Hey,
I'm buying these
Noctar,
for when you go down and I can heal you.
Noctar, you really can't afford any healing.
I do not carry much coin.
Miracles, bones, man. I'll get 2 greater healing potions for Loktar, so I'll be spending 600.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah, Loktar, please do not forget this action for you, my lovely meat shield.
With potions gathered and any other mundane equipment as desired, the party will step through the portal in Sigil. They will arrive on Kryn. As they do so, the rising sun limns the rolling hills around you. In the purple sky hang 3 moons, a red moon, a white moon, and a moon so black it is discernible only because the stars it blots out. Behind you stands a tall fruit tree in early bloom, its bright orange buds still flowering. The doorway through which you've emerged is a deep, dark furrow in that tree's bark. You can feel the rod of 7 parts pointing towards another tree on a nearby hill, this one many times larger than the fruit tree behind you. Massive ashen bark and leafless branches suggest this huge tree is dying. And one moment. So we get some screen flipping going on here. We drag some folks around. And everybody should be able to see the bottom of the map.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool, cool.
Indeed.
And characters should be now appearing.
I just got really tiny.
It's a really big tree.
Is it hollow in the center?
It is like every other tree in D&D, hollow.
As it should be.
Everybody in D&D hates tree cores. The tree ahead of you is hundreds of feet tall. Its leafless branches and bark are pale and soft-looking, and the hill is covered with decomposing remains of sticky, gray fruit that hum with swarms of flies. Blech. Deep holes in the tree's trunk, like rents in rusted suit armor, provide glimpses inside the tree's rotten, hollow interior.
This tree does not look healthy.
No, not at all.
And look around. All the other trees look normal except this one.
All the other trees
mean-
look normal except for this one.
Did you mean to reveal the whole map?
Yep, everything except the top left-hand
Okay.
corner. You technically
I
can't
think we need
see
to
on
head
the
up
north
towards the
side,
top.
but you'd have
I
to go
think-
there to get there.
Something tells me I need to go towards the top left corner.
I mean, sometimes the top left corner might be where you want to go.
Well, I just have one question here. Why can't the rod piece be anywhere that's really nice? Like, I
That
feel
is
like
a-
Barovia was the closest place, and even there we were getting our absolute asses handed to us by vampires and other nasty creatures of the night.
I don't know. I didn't have any issues with any buddy. Really, the hag was quite nice to me.
I'm gonna like elbow him, be like, I mean, neither do I. But, like, I'm trying to be friendly. That's the word.
I liked Eberron. Eberron was fun. I'd go back there.
I'm sure you'll be making lots of travel plans, my friend.
That's the plan.
It was a desolate wasteland controlled by primitives.
Who hurt you?
Pretty much everyone we've met.
I mean, listen,
No one's
I
gotten
know-
hurt more than Loktar.
Loktar, yeah. I think Loktar took a couple concussions in Barovia, in all honesty.
Everywhere we go, everyone we've met has incapacitated Lokar
I-
at some point.
You're right.
Well, that's
I
because he's brave and he charges in.
Thank you, Montgomery.
That's very true. Why do
Well,
you think I
I can be
created
brave
the his weapon for him so he'd have
I'm
something
brave
to
too.
protect himself in those fights?
Yes.
Yeah, but he
doesn't
really like it.
It was nice
Are
to be
these, like,
appreciated.
bushes and stuff in front of us.
So what you've got here, like this area right down here, are your basically the normal size trees. So those are normal size little fruit trees there. This whole thing is the trunk of that hundreds-foot massive tree.
Ah.
So kind of
Oh,
think
wow.
that's inside the tree.
Oh, so it really is hollow.
It really is hollow. I was
I thought you were.
sorry.
I thought you were just joking.
Wasn't kidding you. Really is hollow. You're standing outside this massive tree and looking inside. And
Okay, I'm going in.
okay. So as you start,
Before you do,
I already did.
you already did.
Just activating Psychic Whisper so we're all connected.
Sure. So Duren's marching forward. As you're marching forward, you're basically forced to walk across this decaying mass of wood that's fallen down. The speed at which this tree is rotting and decaying is obviously unnatural. And the amount of wood scattered around, there's not enough. If this tree was full and intact, there should be piles of wood here. It's just shreds that are on the ground at this point, and among it, some of those large sticky fruit that have been home to flies. Duren, off to your right and north, so off to the northeast there's a ledge of interwoven roots and packed dirt hanging 60 feet above the hollow's eastern half. A boulder leans against the hollow's northern wall. So we got a
I think
boulder
we
up
gotta
here,
Move this boulder.
a 60-foot set there.
We gotta check if Jesus is inside.
Could be.
What the-
Move the boulder from the entrance.
Loktar would probably check the fruit just to see, like, does it appear to have been eaten by some type of insects that may have eaten the rest of the wood from the tree. Is there any way to determine?
So give me a nature check.
Also, we really know is this is Loktar seeing if he can eat the fruit from these trees, because we know how much he loves a good berry.
As you say that, he's got the juice all over here. He's eating
Just like look
the
over
fruit.
at him. He just went at it and bit right into one. It's got like maggots and all little worms that are about to turn into flies spilling out the backside. These are quite terrible. You notice a couple of things. One, this tree should not have had fruit yet. All the other trees behind you are just coming into blossom. This one seems to have done a full season cycle. They're oversized and decaying quickly. So like the taste you got wasn't just mashy flute and flies. It was almost alcoholic as it was fermenting.
That's on the interior.
On the all
Right.
over the place on the ground. So this seemed to have been a great huge fruit tree that's just the fruit all
Oh, okay.
fell.
Okay. Gotcha.
So there's mostly outside, some fell in.
Well, Lota.
And Duren's just beelining straight for that rock. Duren, what is your passive perception?
15.
Is it
I would say
15?
I'm looking around as we're walking through.
Okay. So is everybody happy with where they are as Duren would get right up about to that rock?
This fruit tastes like old ale.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to
Duren, where are
move
you?
yet. So
Okay. So as Duren moves forward, we're going to bring up the turn order.
Oh, no.
We're going to ask everybody
it's
to
time
go
for
ahead.
a puzzle.
Time for a puzzle. Everybody's favorite puzzle.
Death. Oh, a 4, baby.
4.
I got a 19 on initiative. It's just not coming up in. It's not linking up to roll 20.
Ooh, a giant spider.
A giant spider inside a tree.
Do
Who
these
would've
trees look
guessed?
like? Are the walls kind of climbable?
Very easily climbable. It's 100% handholds, but it's a bit crumbly.
Perfect.
So easily climbed, but watch how much weight you put on it. We're gonna add turn here, and did you say 19, Las-Dal?
19, yeah.
19. Cool.
I'm still trying to figure out how to.
Try refreshing some screens, maybe.
Yeah, sometimes
I killed both of the links and am redoing them, so
sounds good.
because nothing was working before that.
But Telovere, you're gonna get the chance to act first as you notice a pair of giant spiders slowly making their way down the wall towards Duren. You're a bit far at the moment.
I was about to say
100,
that is
100 feet away.
not quite
Not
100
quite a
feet.
feet. 85.
Close enough. Telovere, seeing this, is going to, let's see, how far can I move on? Telovere is going to move right there.
But don't forget about Telatar if he's here or not as well.
Telatar is here, and my 2 whites are also here. But none of them are going to have any more speed than I will, so it's not going to matter. And he's gonna look at the spiders and go, "No, stop! Oh no!" And he's gonna chuck a acid splash at one of them. Probably
Okay.
the one on the left, because that is the only thing that I can hit.
Sounds good.
So I need a dexterity saving throw of 16 or better.
Dexterity saving throw. 15 misses by 1.
Cool. So that's going to take full damage here. That's 14 damage to it.
It does not look like a happy spider. Telovere, anything else?
Oh no, that's it. That's my entire turn.
Loktar.
All right. Distance is a problem. But,
Sorry.
There's 50.
You can go 50?
On the first turn, yeah. And I'll grow large. Oh man, that's a waste of a rage. We're gonna kill these things at 2. Oh, I'm gonna rage anyway. Rage into growing because I want to throw this weapon. But it's
Don't
gonna be
throw
a
it at me.
disadvantage because they're over 20 feet away. Yeah, they're over 20 feet either way. Yeah, so I'm gonna throw at this guy. And it's
All right. Split our concentration of firepower.
It's good to have Montgomery back. 17's gonna hit. 17 points of damage there.
nice.
Okay. It's got a bunch of stuff.
I think it did it. Yeah, it did the surprise attack. It's only 5, but and then again. Ugh. Yucca.
I don't think I heard you say reckless, but you always say reckless.
No, I can't because I'm throwing.
Oh, because you're throwing. Okay.
I'm actually they're at disadvantage because it's out of range.
Oh, okay. Just
yeah, so
right in
it's
the
all,
ground.
Oh, that hit me.
It's all bad here. And then this is the Gloomstalker situation right here. Extra attack dealy. That's a 19 to hit. I don't know why I didn't even do any damage, huh?
No, that's total
Oh, yeah,
damage.
it
Says
did.
19.
It's a 16. It's a
16 to hit.
Oh, I'm looking at the damage.
Yeah,
so it's 19
16 to-
damage. Oh, it's 16 to hit. Sorry.
Yeah, no
I was
problem.
looking at it wrong. Sorry.
And with that, one of the spiders is split.
Oh, good. Ah. So as he's just throwing his that bone of the god, and he's hurling it, and it's whirling back to his hands, and he throws it again. That type of situation.
Sounds good. Sounds good. After that, Las-Dal. What do we got?
And Las-Dal is going to go up here. He's going to look at the spider that's still remaining and viciously mock it, saying it wish it could climb a wall as well as I could.
Oh,
Oof.
That's a wisdom 18.
Wisdom 18 from a giant spider.
How wise are you?
12
very.
is not 18.
6 psychic damage.
6 psychic damage can do. Still a spider, but now at disadvantage.
Yeah, come at me, spider.
And then, anything else?
That's going to be it for now.
Fortune.
Fortune will kind of duck, like just run forward and just seeing that these things go quickly, kind of duck behind the wood and then pop out and throw a dagger from hiding.
Can do.
$18 hits.
18 hits.
Should have been with advantage, but it probably doesn't
Oh,
matter.
shit.
46 psychic damage.
Nice.
It's not a spider anymore. We're going to move it over here because I need it for turn tracking purposes. But it is definitely a dead spider. Fortune, anything else for you?
Look up. More spiders?
Not more spiders.
Oh,
I wanna
then
make
no.
that one.
Okay. As you are craning your head to look around, you don't see them until they move. 3 chunks of the tree peel themselves away from the bark and start moving down.
Oh.
They move to the edge
Sure.
of this raised area lift great hunks of wood and hurl them down upon you all. Of you, Telovere, you look like a scary spellcaster, don't you?
I mean, listen, it depends on what your definition of a scary spellcaster is. I'm just a guy in little robes. I don't know what you're talking about.
With a skeletal
Literally
and
straight robes.
the wraiths.
They're not with me.
They're not with you. Okay, fair enough. But it is still
Good
going to
try.
be
Good
a
try.
barrage of rocks coming at you.
Oh no.
Wait a second. Where is?
Fortune's just looking up over here. Think we're in the clear. Nothing else coming down here.
Nothing else coming down. These are actually big hunks of rotting wood instead of the word rock, but they do the same amount of hurt.
Oh
1,
boy.
2,
Yep.
3.
Yep.
Oh,
What is?
Hey,
What's
yep.
your,
all,
what's your,
all 3 hit. my
okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna.
Wait, 13 hits you?
I am a wizard. My AC is 12.
Yeah, he's.
Wait, but
he's
you don't even
super-
have mage armor on.
Nope, I do not have major armor on.
He refuses to pay
I'm
the
gonna
tax.
use
Go ahead.
cutting words
Mm-hmm.
on the last one.
I think you'll be able to do it. Go for it. Wait, can you even fail?
Yeah, he needs to get 2.
You gotta
for it
get
to
2.
not
Okay,
hit.
yep.
So let's see, I got a D12 to roll. So
Yep. So not a 1.
so cut it down
Nope,
by
that came
4. So
4
it's a
makes it.
9.
48
cool.
points
That
of
one
bludgeoning
misses.
damage.
Dude, you gotta put your mage armor on. Come on.
Well,
As
that
I-
still
as
would
I,
have
like-
hit, wouldn't it?
As I recover from getting smacked around by this rotting wood, I look at him and go, "What's mage armor? What's mage armor?"
Montgomery, what do we got?
Those things are that big, I guess. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
They're bigger than
They're
Lotar?
tree ant size. They are the
Oh
size
my
of
gosh,
trees
okay.
themselves.
Mm. Uh,
Just for clarification's purposes, they are like 60 feet up. Yes.
They
Is that-
are about 60 feet up. I believe that was
Okay,
the
cool.
words I said.
I just wanted to double check
60
the
feet
wording
up,
on that.
correct.
Like from the ground, so they're still on the sides of the tree.
Yes, they're up on that raised pile of roots and set, and they're just hucking big pieces down at y'all.
Is that a fireball measurement I see coming out of there?
yeah, that's what that is. In fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast my 8th level spell
Woo!
Hell yeah.
because I'm hoping they take extra damage from it. So DC 18. is the
DC
save, dex
18
save.
dexterity saving throw.
Not a
Typewriter
very good
style.
roll.
1, 2, 3. And good news, trees are vulnerable to fire.
That's what I figured.
So that is 84 points of damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
And they all failed. But they're all still standing. They just happen to be on fire now.
Yeah, so 5, 10,
That tree
15,
is on
20,
fire.
25. This looks good.
I'm going the other way.
Duren,
I'm missing my magic shield. Not good.
Oh, I finally get to do something, but I can't get up there, right?
that would be a long climb.
No. 1 second. Yeah, it'd be a really long climb. I guess I'll just firebolt the one this one. Oh, hold on, I'm on the magic. The one closest to me.
Okay. 25. Wow. 50 points of damage
Nice.
off a cantrip.
Jesus.
And it's not even. I'm not even at 4d10 yet.
You are not allowed to complain about Iroh's damage anymore. Duren, anything else?
I would just like to say you do 75 damage around, not 25.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But no, there is nothing else. There is nothing else I want to do.
You got it. Telovere, what do we got?
Okay, so Telovere is going to do this. He's going to back up,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to cast Innervation at this fine fellow right there at 6th level.
Okay.
So I need a Dexterity saving throw of 16 from him.
Dexterity saving throw of 16. 7.
That is a fail. So he is going to take 18 damage, and I heal 9 of that. And he is now considered to be under the Innervation effect, so I can just automatically deal damage to him now.
Okie dokie.
Really throws a rock at you again.
I listen.
All right. And Loktar.
All right. He'll look up and say, "May the guile of Grankle be your undoing." As he spreads his arms and a duplicate of himself appears 15 feet above him in the air and floats up toward the the trees. and then just start whipping his weapon from there so he doesn't have disadvantage. His duplicate attack instead of him. They haven't acted yet either, huh? So I get the
No, they acted. They threw rocks.
thingy.
Yeah, they pummeled.
Oh, they did. Oh,
Telovere.
they threw rocks. Dur, of course they did. Right when they showed up. Okay, yeah. I was thinking. Okay, so none of that special stuff there. Yeah, there you go.
A 14
Is that it? Maybe it'll
will miss.
Oh, come on.
And 11 will also miss.
Crap.
Maybe this split vision thing.
Yeah. And then you do Unleash Incarnation, which you can only do a certain number of times, but extra attack from the duplicate. Hey,
25 will work. Which one were you aiming for?
hit one. The one on the bottom. Well, no, I'll say probably this one. I'm guessing because I'm over here. So
You got it.
yeah.
15 points of damage there. Anything else for you?
Don't
Just
kill the one in the middle.
I'll have it come back down within 30 feet, and then I guess that's it.
Okay. Got it. Las-Dal.
Why not kill the one in the middle?
Think about it.
I am going to cast Antagonize on the one in the middle.
He can't hear you from behind the wall.
All right. Go ahead and give me Antagonize. I forget what that does.
I'm pasting it in now for you.
Yes, please. Target with wisdom saving throw, so let's start with that. Boop. Pair of 6s is probably not going to save him from anything. On a failed save, he'll take 44 psychic damage, so go ahead and roll me 44, and must immediately use his reaction to make a melee attack against another creature of your choice that he can see.
I'm telling him to attack the one on his it'd be his right, the upper one.
Got it. Melee attack.
He took 11 psychic damage.
11 psychic damage done. 1 melee attack, doing 19 points of bludgeoning damage, shattering his companion to pieces. Hostile, anything else?
Now we're good at the moment.
Fortune.
Fortune is going to see these giant kind of tree parts on the opposite side, very far away from him, and decide I'm gonna go take a look at the rock. It seems you guys have this under control, so I'll go do some investigating, and then kind of make his way over to the rock to take a look at this, see if there's any entrance or something important there.
There is indeed. As you head over to the rock, you can see that there is a way to get beneath it. However, the hole is only big enough for a small creature to squeeze down there. You would need someone to shift it to allow someone of your size, unless you have a compression trick that I don't know about. Or chuck a dagger down
Well,
there.
I could chuck a dagger and teleport into there, which
May hurt.
might not be a great idea since no one would be able to get to me while I'm underneath a rock. But I am incredible, so I will go ahead and do that. First, trying to look in as best I can. Can I make like a disadvantage perception? Well, that doesn't really matter for me. Yeah, can I try and peek in there first?
Tangled roots anchor the dirt walls of a damp subterranean cavern. The rinds of a large rotten fruit litter the floor. A thick taproot hangs down from the ceiling. In one corner of the grotto, a kender, wearing a blue cloak, rummages in the dirt on hands and knees. A kender is a smaller being, a bit like a thin halfling, not quite as strung out as a gnome, and they have a youthful look about them, like a child.
Okay. I will go ahead and just shout to him down there and say, do you mind if I come join you down there? Also, hello.
Oh, hello, friend. No, of course, come on down.
Okay. Then I will throw a dagger down and just teleport into the space after shouting to everyone, I'll be under the rock when you're done with the trees.
As you start to drop down, the little fella just calls out, "Oh, and watch your step. I'm looking for a fresh Palon fruit. Wouldn't want you to step on the only one left."
What do they look like?
Oh, quite a lot like all the other fruits around you, except not missing the inside bit and not rotting with flies. Fresh.
Okay, I'll
fruit.
throw the dagger at a very obviously decayed one, so I put myself in the spot I know there is not a fresh fruit.
Sure, sounds good. You pop yourself down there, and we'll give a quick reveal over here.
Oh, that's the top left corner. I found it.
You found the top left corner.
Healthy bread with chocolate and cinnamon and a little bit of cayenne pepper.
And as that's happening, up top, the one tree ant holds its branch out to the other, forestalling it from chucking down another hunk of wood. In a rough, deep rumble voice, it calls out to you, "Enough! If you're to despoil the tree, you can do so. Let me at least die in peace." And it tries to move back away from you all.
Spoil the what?
The tree. And as it sort of answers you in that slow voice, Montgomery, are you letting it retreat or at least not attacking it?
What did he say exactly? Can you repeat it?
Enough. If you are here to despoil the tree, at least let me see it done and die in peace.
If we're here to spoil the tree. Um, I'm gonna save my action, and if either one of them go to attack or to move, then I'm gonna firebolt them.
Sounds good. Duren.
I'm not gonna wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna firebolt the top one.
I mean,
Can
they
do.
could be protecting the tree, right?
Could be.
Well, ain't doing a good job. It's dead.
It is
Bro,
dead.
just-
38 points of fiery damage. It dies. As it does so, the other one sort of stops moving and just becomes an inert hunk of wood once more. Telovere,
So I'm pretty sure it's still got some health to suck from it.
we are out of turn order. Are you doing anything, or is anyone up top doing anything immediate I should know about?
Telovere is gonna look at the now burning tree and go, I just was walking.
It was walking. It's not walking anymore.
Or was Telovere saying that you were just walking and then two rocks hit you, and then they're like, you know what? Do whatever you want.
Yeah,
this.
that's what he was saying. Like he got hit with 2 rocks just for casually walking through the area, not knowing anything going on, and they just were like, yeah, actually, on second thoughts, peace, guys. We're gonna go like commit ritual suicide or something. Like I didn't need to get attacked there. I wasn't doing anything. Yet. My lawyer has advised me to use that term more often.
Yet.
Yet.
So up top, I don't think we have any emergency actions going on. Down
Just looking
below,
around.
we'll flip over to Fortune. Fortune,
Fortune will kind of relay that he's found a living, breathing person down here that we might be able to talk to. There's a small halfling looking. I mean, I assume it's just a halfling. To be honest, there's a halfling down here looking for one of those fruits that are everywhere, but fresh. I'm gonna give him a hand down here, but I think you could move the rock if you wanted to come down here too. Otherwise, it's a pretty tight fit.
I'm a half a what?
Oh, sorry, this is all that's psychic whispers
Okay.
about the halfling stuff.
Got it.
No. But then Fortune will go, "You're a halfling, right?"
Kender, what's a halfling?
Looks like you, but usually a little plumper, less twig-like.
Aha. No, friend. Name's Riffle.
Riffle, Fortune.
Fortune. Lovely to meet you. Looking for fruit, as I said. I got some friends who are in a bit of trouble. Ran afoul of a Borthak. Holed up a bit somewhere.
What just came out of your mouth? What was that name?
A Borthak.
A Borthak.
A Borthak.
What's a Borthak?
About 3.5 stone.
No, I didn't ask what a Borthak weighs.
Well, it's so about yay big, drooly, acidic, frosty, and he basically describes some sort of weird hellbeast wolf thing that spreads frost and drools acid.
Oh, sounds horrible. I'll give you a hand here, see if we can find that fruit. We've kind of just arrived here looking for something, so we might be able to help out each other here. But let's find you a fresh fruit to feed this creature, I presume. You are in good hands, though. I am honestly one of the best people in the world.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, Borthax, they love the Palin fruit. I ran here to find one so we could get that back. So if we can turn that up. Fruit's not really in season, but this tree used to be magical, so I thought, might still have a little bit of the fruit left. And anyway, if you help me find some, of course I'll do you a good turn.
My pleasure.
Yeah, of course.
Do you want like a investigation or nature or?
Yeah. Give me an investigation.
All right.
And
Is
then
he
from the
giving
front,
me the help action in this case?
no.
No. Okay.
Can you even fail this?
I mean, that should be a 16. I'm not sure why it's not, but
Because you rolled a 4?
'cause I do. Well, I have
You
proficiency,
have proficiency.
and so I get the rogue skill.
Got it.
Reliable talent.
Reliable talent. Okay. With a 16, you don't turn up a fruit, but what you do see is a woman emerging from the roots of the tree, looking at you with rather cross expression. Up top, are you all shifting the stone?
I would like to move the stone.
Can I get a strength athletics from you?
Of course.
Of course.
I will give him
Have
bardic
the 20
inspiration and do a
Okay.
little singing while. Sorry, it
Sure.
wasn't really fast on that part, was I?
That's all right. He's got it shifting already. So as those things are happening,
So I got a 29.
as those things are happening, this woman appears from the bark. Well, she looks a bit like this.
Oh.
Friend of yours?
No. And one moment, as things have not shared in the manner in which they were supposed to.
Giving us the whole monster.
Yeah, please
page.
ignore the stat block down below. That's not supposed to
I
have
didn't
been
either.
there.
I didn't
I
scroll down that
didn't
far.
look at it.
I appreciate it. Get that out of there. But she seems to be constructed primarily of vines, branches, and other such things. She seems to have been afflicted by a very similar decay as the tree itself. Her voice, as she starts to speak to you, sounds awful. It's wind rustling through nettles.
Ooh.
What have you done? Why are you here?
Fortune at your service here. Explorer extraordinaire of some variety. So I've come exploring with friends looking for a kind of twisting. Well, it looks like this, but it's a different piece, and he holds up the regenerative piece of the rod that seems to generally cause bad things wherever it goes. So we've been taking them out to restore kind of the more natural order and leave places better than they were before. So perhaps you can help me here as well, and I can help your tree, which seems to be afflicted with something ill.
Oh, that is troublesome. This tree once held a stone quite like that which you've shown. It bestowed magic upon the tree and allowed it to grow many times its size. That's what drew me to become its protector. But such a thing
Oh.
also drew the attention of darker sorts. The Death Knight, Lord Soth, his soldiers came, assaulted the tree, dug deep within its hardwood, and drew out the stone. With the loss of its power, my tree has died.
Oh, it's is it unsavable, or is there something we could do? Could I,
It has
Could I-
fallen
Okay.
into decay. A new tree could be planted, but this one has seen its end.
Could I psychic whispers to, well, really the group, but I want to ask essentially Montgomery, Las-Dal, and Telovere if any of them know if the regenerate piece of the staff could help this tree. As for essentially their arcane knowledge, because Fortune doesn't really have that level of info.
Yeah, I'll make an arcane check.
I will too.
So,
25 total.
Got some good arcane friends.
it wouldn't be easy. You'd have to find something still alive in the tree. If you could, then between the magics available to you, you could have that take root and grow once more. But without the magic of the staff to feed it, it would grow as a normal tree, not to the colossus it once was. You could probably, between you, know that a giant growth spell or something along those lines could get a tree to maybe twice, 3 times, maybe 4 times its normal size. But this was hundreds of, tens to hundreds of times the size of a normal tree.
So, okay, I think what Fortune's kind of thinking here then is if we can get the rod piece from here back and a piece of this living tree with regenerate, potentially actually revive like this tree, at least in a new form.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, it'll just be a normal tree that is healing here that was from this tree, or it'll die.
Yes.
Okay. Kind of going through that and talking that out with the group, he'll call out to her. On its own, I don't think this would be enough, but it does have regenerative powers. If you could find a piece of this tree that is still somehow alive, we may be able to retrieve the initial stone, which we need to bring back with us in the first place. But I think with that stone and this piece of rod, some of my companions are saying we might be able to essentially give this magical tree a rebirth instead of just planting like a new tree that'll be the normal size. So we might be able to help you out here if you can find a living piece of this existing tree.
Okay. I have a good idea as to what you're going for. Hit me with a persuasion to get it started.
All right. 15, but I'm definitely going to burn a dice here for my psychic knack. So a D10. 18 in the end there.
Sounds good. So as you're saying that, the little Kender fellow Riffle sort of pipes up. He says, actually, my friends and I noticed that band that you were just talking about. That stone piece that you're referring to, they took it up to the Three Moons Vault. It's a it's a little bit it's very well defended. I could probably help you sneak in there if you needed to. But any chance that we could also get a piece of that Palon fruit to help my friends out?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen one yet before this. I'm assuming some form of dryad or something connected to this tree showed up here. But maybe she could help us and we could get you some fruit to save your friends. Can we
Who
take
does
a
the
seed
vault?
from the fruit?
Go
Who
ahead.
does the vault belong to? I'll call down from above. Are we like up there looking down on them?
Yep, I think you guys are up there kind of shouting up, shouting down, so as not to, thoroughly invade her space. Oh, Riffle says, the vault is under the command of Lord Soth's armies. So it would, I suppose, belong to him. But there's a more direct commander, Terramini, who has occupied it. The members of the Blue Fire Wardens, my group, there's a bit of bad blood between us and Terramini. We were planning an assault actually on the vault to undo what they've been doing, but it went a bit bad.
Did that answer your question, Loktar?
Yes. And this Soth and this Terramini, by chance are they vampires? For I have brought onions, just in case.
Onions?
I think you meant to grab garlic, not onions.
I believe you may be mistaken, Montgomery. I have researched this topic rather thoroughly.
And you know what? I'm so proud of you, Loktar. Who did the reading for you?
I did it myself. I can read, after all.
Well,
After all.
And Telovere is going to get this really confused expression, and then he's gonna go over towards Duren, and he's gonna take out a few coins. He's gonna like, all right, fine, you won. Here, 15 gold, like we agreed.
honestly, they are in the same family. They're both alliums. So he got
That's true. He's close.
No, I don't. Soth, the Death Knight of Empire. No, I don't think anyone's ever used that term for him. And
You
Terramini.
have vampires?
Pardon?
Are there vampires in your plane of existence here?
Oh, we've dealt with a few.
Spoilers.
Plane?
Fortune, did you explain to him the metaphysical concepts of planar travel?
Your planet. Your world.
Huh.
Isn't it our world?
You don't know who the Blue Fire Wardens are, do you?
No, as I said, we are visitors, not from around here in the more general sense.
Oh, how are you at staying calm? And he goes,
Oh, I'm
boo!
great.
And as he goes boo, he turns into a werewolf. Like a little tiny 3-foot werewolf.
Okay, it's a werewolf? Okay, that I might have to make a check for. What would bravery be?
It's
Wisdom?
ironic that the Khajiit is dealing with the werewolf, everyone. Khajiit. Tabaxi, my bad. I have Skyrim on the brain.
6-1, half dozen the other sometimes.
You know what? Fortune is the bravest being alive, so he's
It's
fine.
very brave. So he goes, boo! And as he does so, ears, fur.
Oh, werewolf.
Werewolf! Blue Fire
Kinders
Wardens.
are werewolves.
No! Blue Fire Wardens are werewolves.
Oh,
I'm a Kender
great.
werewolf.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be limited to just humans?
Yeah, just like you're a human werecat.
No, actually, this is me all the time. I'm just a cat who walks upright. We're called tabaxi where I'm from.
Oh.
We're having this
you're
conversation
playing.
across from the Dryad.
Yeah, and the Dryad's just like watching you all back and forth, and as she's sort of like going through this, eventually there's a lull in the conversation sometime in the future, and she inserts herself to say, "I appreciate your offer to heal my tree, and your request for the fruit is reasonable enough, but I should like something to help the tree grow. Have you anything of permanent magic that I might have in exchange?" Asking for a magic item of
I
some
have.
sort.
He could come
It's
here every
nothing.
10 years and bring you something.
That seems unnecessary in this case. Also, you weren't there originally, so you don't get to say that, Montgomery.
No,
Only
no, no.
Telovere
I
and the
heard
rest.
all about it.
We need to make it every 15 years. That way there's no overlap, and you still have a few years in between.
There would still be overlap. 30 would still 15 goes into no. It needs to be something different.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You're
Needs to be a
absolutely right.
prime
Every
number.
6 years.
Yeah. But
No,
Fortune will
no,
pull
'cause
out the
after-
plus one longsword I have that I don't. It's not something I can really use anyways. This isn't like particular magic if you need that, but it is magical.
That would work well. I shall have my tree grow around this. And then
Ooh.
she basically goes about and she withdraws some of the core wood from the root that has just a little bit of life left in it. She retrieves from where she has one tucked away, one still intact Palon fruit. Now you would regenerate this, and you're going to use your regeneration from the rod on the wood.
And so that, like, we don't have to do it all at once. I could do this now, and then we could take the other stone and use that to hopefully give it back whatever magical growth property it had.
So it would need to feed upon the stone constantly to get to the growth size it had. So you wouldn't be able to get it this big, but basically giving it the long sword and getting it regrowing, she will get a good tree. Not artifact level tree, but a good tree.
And she seems happy with that outcome.
She seems happy with that outcome.
Yeah. I'll make a quick check with everyone. I know this is a very powerful healing magic, but are you okay if we use it here to grow, to basically save a version of this tree so we can go on with our quest without, perhaps with more help?
I'm still trying to figure out how the Kinder thing is connected to the tree, and why you're talking to the tree and not the Kinder. I'm completely confused.
I need the fruit.
Yes, but like,
Sorry.
is there more than one person down there beside you too?
Yes, there's an actual tree woman right in front of me. Can you not? I guess you can't all put your head into the hole to look down here at once.
Why? We uncovered it.
Fortune, I can't see in the dark.
Oh, your limited eyesight. Yeah, it sounds like no one has any objections though, so I will
you'll
give her the
feel a
longsword
giant-
and cast regenerate.
Telovere will feel a giant furry mitt cover his face and then go away, and you'll be able to see.
Oh dear God, that's hideous. I'm so sorry.
And so, an exchange is made. A portion of the tree begins to grow again. It twines up around the longsword as it's embedded down. The Dryad
You want
seems
this?
good.
I was just gonna say, you want this tree to get big, right? You need to replace the
do.
dirt, right? With gravel, because gravel is big dirt, and that'll make a big tree.
Well, Montgomery.
I will take your
I'm
advice under advisements.
I'm baffled in real life and in game.
I was also like, I can't tell. that's good or bad advice.
Is that real?
And I'm like, wait, no, gravel's
It's
just
real. Gravel
rocks.
is just big dirt. Come on,
Thanks.
you guys. Everybody knows that.
I
Gravel's just
thought it
big
was
dirt.
rocks.
Small rocks.
You know,
big
I
dirt.
can't even argue with your logic technically because you aren't wrong, but like, I don't think I'm comfortable with that line of thought. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm a little disturbed myself.
It seems logical to me.
And so, amongst the decaying ruins of the Palon tree, the druid will sprinkle a little bit of gravel around, but being part tree spirit herself, she will also be like, that was just to appease those people. We'll get to the real business of growing. With that done, Riffle clambers his way up out of the hole, greets all of you. He's a little 3-foot tall, wolf-like person. Wolfy ears, wolfy snout.
I sniff him.
He kind of gives you a head back. And he sort of looks down and says, oh, I should... And he goes back to normal Kender.
Well, now I have your scent.
Fortune, let's maybe have a discussion later about the appropriate things to say and when to say it, because that's a really weird thing to say
And
in any scenario.
he just sort of reaches up towards you.
That's not for you, human.
Goes like that, like in front of your face, and slowly pulls away. And I got your nose.
No, you don't. It's still there.
And as you sort of like, no, do you have anything shiny and easily pickpocketable about you?
You're talking to Fortune, our thief?
Uh-huh.
What do I got? Do I have anything shiny? Well, if you want to try and steal the ring of free action off my hand, it seems like it'd be pretty tricky. Or the +1 dagger. Those are probably the shiniest things I have on me.
It's probably the +1 dagger that he also comes away with, but just absolutely no sleight of hand involved. He was just very good at taking it off your personages, and he's holding them both like, oh, neat.
Could I make a sleight of hand check against him to just steal something from him?
Absolutely.
At the kind of... Come on, nat 20. 34 is not bad.
It's not bad at all. So you lift something from him. He doesn't seem to really notice, but just like a few seconds later, you'll find his hand in your pocket as well, as inventory just starts getting exchanged between the two of you, which is effectively Kender culture for anyone who hasn't read the actual Dragonlance series.
It's been a very long time. I had forgotten that.
With a passive perception of 21, am I clocking?
Oh yeah, you know he's only barely like trying to hide it. He's just taking things as he sees them. Some he's putting back, some he's giving off to other people.
I rolled a nat 20 on an insight for myself to see if I kind of pick up on that being a cultural thing. So at first he's almost out of spite, and then Fortune kind of starts having fun with it, and the two of them are just stealing from each other constantly.
Yeah, that is very on brand for this situation. He's just like, as he's going along, and you know, and if you like, and he like holds a thing, and like puts like a sheath on it to improve it, and then puts that back, and then so he's just trading off what he happens to have with you, acquiring things, passing things off. As you march along and kind of head off in the direction that he indicates, the trouble we're having is at the Bittergrass Fen. There's a bit of a temple or a shrine there. My friends have holed up inside it, and the Borthak is doing its best to get inside, but the door should hold for a bit longer. Once we get there, my plan is to huck the fruit. When it goes after the fruit, we'll get my friends out of there.
Sounds good to me, unless you want to kill it.
I mean, it would be a boon to the area if you would, but it's a fearsome beastie.
Fortune will kind of like look back to the group, almost with a look that many of you probably would know is bad. A look
Telovere-
of like, we got this, right? No
Televere's just
problem.
back
We're
there
the
shaking his
best.
head. He's just shaking his head violently, like no, 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 no.
Oh no!
His eyes
Oh
always
no!
lock
No!
with
No!
yours
No!
at the end, Telovere. You feel like part of this might be not out of like a friendly spite for you.
He's gonna mouth, "I hate you."
No! So we're doing a favor for your friend here.
Yes, he says they could actually help us get into the moon, the Three Moons vault, where the piece of the rod currently is located, where the stone of the rod, it sounds like, is currently located. So, and all we gotta do is either kill or distract some big wolf that is both icy and acidic.
Par for the
This is by
course.
far the worst idea we've ever had.
Oh no, you've had much worse. We've all had much worse ideas than this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
This
For
doesn't even
yourself.
crack our top 10 worst ideas, Telovere.
It's killing a big wolf of ice and acid.
This will crack the top 10 of interesting creatures we fought, but not worst ideas.
Whatever you say.
Did
Y'all
anybody
should be.
notice the lazy druid though? I mean, I told her about the gravel, and she barely put any gravel around it. That's just lazy.
She may need time to go get some. Remember?
No,
Maybe
She's a
gravel
druid.
works differently
lazy
here.
druids. That's all there is. Everywhere I go, that's all I see are lazy druids.
Lazy druid.
You've been
She
seeing
was
a
a
lot of
tree.
druids. I think this is the first one we've met our whole time in this adventure.
I can't say I've met many druids in my
Is
time.
Cormier
so-
known for lazy druids?
Well, every druid I've come across is lazy.
Okay, well, classist stereotypes aside, shall we go kill this ice creature acid thing?
Acid does not
Yeah.
sound lazy.
You are
Let's
absolutely
get,
right. my
let's get it over with.
So we'll
Yeah,
talk about the
it's an
beastie in a
acid
moment. Rising from the fen around you are two rows of standing stones, each one a rough carved pillar, 20 feet high and 10-foot thick. Floating inches above each of the standing stones is a 10-foot diameter boulder. West of the fen, a swiftly flowing creek with muddy banks. Slopes to the north and east meet to form a rocky bluff. An enormous, slavering monster attacks the bluff face, where a stone arch marks the entrance to the underground temple. A crumbling stone door separates the monster from the temple's interior. The
Are you
Borthak.
certain that creature will wish
Good.
to eat the fruit? It does not look vegetarian.
Oh, Borthaks love Palon fruit.
Well, do we want to keep them out here? I doubt we want to go into a temple and fight them in there.
How tall are the rock pieces here?
20 foot high, 10 foot thick, with a 10-foot diameter boulder atop them.
Well, Las-Dal, I was thinking let's just go up on top and start chucking things at this beast. What's he gonna do when we're like 30 feet up? Huh?
You could.
Yes, I like this idea. It's tactical.
Loktar, I thought I actually have an idea for you that might be beneficial. How would you like to be invisible while fighting?
I would like this very much.
So when the fight starts, I can do something so you stay invisible during the fight. So you shouldn't take such a beating.
And as
Well,
you're
this
sort of
wolf will
making the
not
plan,
stand a
you can
chance.
see this beast is basically throwing itself at the door frame, clawing, biting. As it does so, the frame itself is sort of frosting over, and then it's tearing away the chunks of frozen stone and then repeating. It's probably another 5, maybe 10 minutes before it's torn enough of a hole that it'll be able to slam its head through.
Maybe if we get into a position at the end of the pillars here, if someone needs to climb up, they can climb up. Try to keep doggy inside those pillars.
Yep, that's. We can lure it with the fruit closer to the door as we open the door as well.
What is happening?
I don't know, but
Wow.
it's kind of cool.
Does that sound crazy to everybody else?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fortune, you just got like a triple reverb going on there for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still happening.
Still going.
Sound like Louis Armstrong riding a skateboard down some steps.
That's interesting.
If I
Oddly specific. Oh, there we go. Oh,
No,
wait.
it's still doing it.
Oh,
and
no,
if I
it's still doing it.
disconnect, it's gonna mess with the stream, right?
You can go ahead and hit it. We'll be fine for a minute.
How?
Oop, maybe we're just getting an internet connection. Now you're starting to stagger.
Real choppy. There he goes.
Please excuse the sausage being made. We'll be back in one moment.
Is this any better?
No.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Is he still there?
He's muted at the moment.
Oh.
Give him a blink or two.
He's fighting the system.
Nothing a reboot probably wouldn't fix, right?
Yep.
Last try with
Oop.
this.
There you
Sounds
go.
good.
There we go.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds like Discord just had an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now will the video work? Drum roll. We'll just get your old voice to talk for a bit.
Oh, I'm
There we go.
still good.
Yep, all good.
Did the video freeze
go.
too last time?
It was
Yeah.
stuttering, but
It was like a slow kind of situation.
Okay.
cool.
Sorry
So-
about that, everyone.
no problem. So we are back and we are making Borthak plans, and I heard we're going to move somewhere. So to see whether the plans need to get beyond that point, let's start off with some stealth checks for anybody who's going to be moving across this open field towards the Borthak. That'll do just fine. You may move to where you wish to be. Loktar is going to squeak in with a 17. That'll still work. You may move. Hey, DM reroll. Thank you very much.
I rolled a 16.
And a 16 will work. Telovere, um,
I rolled a 5.
so in the order of people who moved, everybody up to Telovere may go place themselves where they want, and then Televere's just going to start moving, and just you hear squelching noises,
I need to
sticks
do a roll.
breaking.
Da-da-da-da. I imagine I'm just strolling forward. And
You and Teletar
Teletar.
just talking to each other.
yeah, just Teletar's just stomping away. My wife's beside me, just marching away, not even caring.
Well, I mean, do we
And-
need to make a roll now at this point?
At
It
this
doesn't
point,
matter now,
but
right?
there's a lot of noise that started happening, so we'll pause that there. And so
Wait,
those who
but
wish to move have
Why the
made
two
the move.
Loktars?
Because he's an Echo Knight.
I didn't do
Ah.
much better. I had a 10, so
Yep. So those with
and
stealth may
Tarlock.
go ahead and set themselves up, at which point the Borthak sort of snaps its head around, takes a look, and will go ahead and fire up some turn order.
Oh,
Could we have said?
Which one is the real Loktar?
You'll never know.
I would have had to have been with the real Loktar.
That's what.
So I'm up with the real Loktar.
I got a roll initiative now.
I got a 21, but I did not click my character.
It's okay.
For
we'll
once,
get
I
you
got below 15. So
I know. I saw that. I was shook.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I got
dodging it quick
something
in my
above
boots.
5.
there. Oh.
I got an 18. It's really annoying that Beyond is not connected.
Yeah. Well, we'll get through the comedy of errors as far as our technology goes, but the first person to be able to do a thing is Fortune. Fortune, what is the thing you're going to do?
First, I wanted to ask if I could have said, like, as we were kind of going over her getting into spot, if Ruffles,
Riffle? Riffle?
Riffle. If I did write Ruffles, if Riffle could throw use the fruit however he was planning to, but like to lure it essentially below those of us who have climbed up, see if it'll
Sure.
still respond to it at all.
Can do.
And otherwise, I'm just going to be essentially hiding and holding my action to throw a dagger once it comes closer, within normal 60 feet. Actually, I might wait for it to get even closer depending on how it's moving.
And I think Riffle kind of has the same trouble that Duren and Telovere have.
Oh
like,
no!
He's talking with them as he's like tossing the fruit up in his hand as he's just kind of moving along. And you want it right here, right? Right here?
But no, between over here.
Oh, right here. Right here?
Yeah.
Right there. Okay, I'll get it right there. And, like, the Borthak's just like watching, like, what are you thinking right now? So that's where things are as things kick off. Fortune, any action from you other than encouraging Riffle where to put it?
Just holding my holding an action to throw a dagger when it's within my normal range, so it's sneak attack worthy and everything.
Sounds good. Duren, what might you be doing?
I'm gonna walk up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh,
There's my turn.
Fortune, I did forget to ask an important question. Well, basically picking this up as you all are like getting to the tops of these pillars. Now the pillar is about 20 foot tall, about 10 foot wide, and hovering just above it is a big boulder. So are you like?
It's hovering.
It's
Oh,
hovering.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either.
Sorry. So there's a big boulder hovering, and you maybe wouldn't have noticed until you got up there that just like there's the boulder, and maybe you went like, I'm gonna whoop, and the boulder just starts spinning in the air there.
Oh.
Fortune definitely was going to climb up to the top of the boulder regardless, trusting his agility.
Okay. So you are balancing on a big boulder, 10 foot around boulder that is free floating.
If he can make his way to the top, he would then like lay flat on top. But
So you're gonna try to lay flat rather than be like running on top of a ball. You're gonna try and like balance
Correct.
yourself out there. Okay.
so
That's a thing you are doing. Duren, what are you up to?
I walked my 30 feet and I'm done.
Okie dokie, Las-Dal. Same question. You've reached the top of the pillar, Loktar on the other side, big boulder overhead. What are you doing?
I am going to cast Greater Invisibility on Loktar.
Loktar, you blink out of existence, and I don't know what happens to your Echo Knight double.
His Echo Knight will stay there, but he goes invisible for
Okay.
1 minute. He can attack while invisible. It does not drop the invisibility.
Sounds good.
It says it's a magical, translucent gray image of me that lasts until it is destroyed. So I don't know if it would be an image of me being invisible. I'm not sure.
Well, I'll say it's an image of you and it can be seen. So it is still a visible Echo Knight over here and invisible Loktar over there. Loktar, then, what are you up to?
Thank you, Las-Dal. Shall we engage? I suppose so.
Do you?
Dang it. I should have gotten closer. Get right here.
All right, how
right?
did you get from point A to point B?
Oh, wait. Why am I thinking I can fly?
I don't know.
What the heck am I thinking? I was thinking that's this one who can fly, but he can't go that far. Oh man, this is tricky.
So I
Oh, you're
believe
right.
Loktar
Holy
just
crap.
basically got to the
Oh,
edge,
can we
like,
jump?
don't worry, I can fly as an Echo Knight, and then you're like, Dirk.
Yeah. How does jumping work again? Can I hop and then
Check
over the
out this
boulders?
cool trick.
Dang, what am I gonna do?
Well, we
Uh,
How
want
much
it
room? How much
closer.
room is there below the boulders from the top of the thing? Is there enough room to like jump, run across under the boulder, jump to the next one, that type of situation? Or the boulder's like right there.
They're kind of right there, but so you can jump. Where'd it go? Long jump. You cover a
need
number of
distance to
feet
run
up
up.
to your strength score. What is your strength score?
21.
21.
21?
Yeah, because of the belt.
Okay.
Not naturally.
So you can do this, but you basically have to run atop the boulder on top, the 10-foot wide boulder. So I will need an acrobatics check because you're going to try and run across the free-rolling boulder, jump,
I already
hit the
know this
next
is gonna
one,
go
jump.
Okay.
Let's call this.
This is like Ninja Warrior, man. This is gonna be awesome if
You
I
are
do it.
literally doing Ninja Warrior stunts. So let's call this. I'll give you a DC 10 acrobatics to get to the first one. If you want to try and make it to the second one, let's bump that to a 15.
Holy crap. I only have a +2. Okay. All right, ready to go.
Are you going for 1 or are you going for 2?
Oh, I have to choose now? Oh, you
Yeah,
mean
choose
15
now.
for both?
Yeah,
Like it would
so
be, I was thinking you were 10
15
and
would
then
get you
15.
both.
Oh. Well, yeah, both. It's either both. It's not worth doing if I don't do both, so both.
All right.
Right.
DC 15
Gotta get close
acrobatics.
enough to
Let's
throw.
see it. And Davis Orator, thanks for chatting. Good to see you out there.
Acrobatics.
Do you feel lucky?
Oh!
He do not. So I'm gonna say you get your launch off, you land on the other one, it just starts
Didn't even make the
rolling with
10.
you, and bam, you find yourself prone on the ground down here.
Oh. That is not
Invisible,
great.
though.
Invisible and prone on the ground down there, so no one knows how bad it was.
Well, that's a little better. Probably fall damage, right? You said it was 20 feet up?
It is 20 feet up. So you will take 7 points of damage.
Oh.
Loktar,
Yeah,
I
anything
figured you
else?
just would drop down on this thing as it's running past. I'm gonna jump towards it.
Lotar's going to do his best to not vocalize when he hits the ground because he doesn't want anyone to know that just happened. I can't see him.
But we do all hear a loud just like thump.
Thud.
The very common sound of the Loktar hitting the ground that we're all used
Aw.
That was higher than usual.
Oh, cool. That was an attempt to stifle his oomph. I guess that's a turn, huh? What a turn.
I think that's the turn. Montgomery, what do we got?
I'm gonna take the dash action.
Can do.
Get and stop right there at 45 feet.
Telovere.
And that's it.
You got it.
I am also going to take the dash action. I'm going to stop right there at 60 feet, and that's it.
Sounds good. Two things happen. Riffle steps forward and lobs the fruit into the middle of this area. It kind of thumps down there. The Borthak looks down at the fruit, looks up at y'all, back down at the fruit, back up at you all. I was like, how did you think this was going to turn out? It takes a step forward. Fortune, you are currently visible, correct?
Depends if he sees me hiding on the, like down on the stone or not.
Did you hide?
Because that was the plan, was to get low and hide on the stone.
Okay.
So I could do a stealth attack.
You had already
for
given me a stealth.
advantage.
You're good. You'd already given me a stealth. That was dumb of me. So it's going to move up a little bit to about here. It's going to eye this quartet of folks down there. It's going to look at Riffle, who threw the fruit, and it's going to barf out a stream of noxious, regurgitated mass. It's going to soar with absolutely no trouble the 70 feet to coat Riffle. Riffle, save. Con. Go. Is going to take all of it.
Oh man.
I feel really bad if he gets dissolved immediately. He is, I think, within range of me to make my attack as well, though.
Takes 27 points of acid damage.
Oh, that's it.
If you wish to take your attack, you certainly may.
Absolutely.
Ender's about to get tender.
28 will hit.
$35 psychic.
35 psychic damage. Roof.
A little haha as the boulder like starts to turn backwards the moment I move at all.
It will take a step to the side, taking a little bit of cover as it does so. Dave, thanks for the follow. Sorry, Davis, thanks for the follow. And Fortune, it'll come back to your turn once more.
No. Oh, I have too many options here. Okay, I'm going to... That's a bonus action. Okay, I'm going to try throwing one of my psychic blades to teleport.
Okay. Easy peasy.
Okay, 70 feet, so I can pretty much get there. So I'm aiming it between the boulder and the pillar over here,
Okay.
where I am now.
Mhm.
Towards the back side, so I'm trying to like stay out of sight mostly, and wait for someone to get within melee range of this creature to then use my action to throw another dagger.
Got it.
Because it's a bonus action for me to do the teleport over.
Sounds good. So you throw the dagger, teleport over to it, held action. When someone gets in melee range, i.e. you get sneak attack, you will use your reaction to attack.
Yep.
Got it. Fortune, anything else?
That is everything.
Cool. At the end of your turn, the Borthak moves over, scrambles up, and is right next to you, looking at you with its big, menacing jaws. Borthaks have legendary actions. Duren.
So it's like frost breath, but acid dripping out of its mouth?
Everywhere that it steps, frost enshrouds the area on it. So as it moved up, the stone is now shrouded in frost. That seems to allow it to go easily up the vertical surface.
You just hear it kind of like, this thing's cool. Ah, it's up here.
It is indeed
Lokar,
that.
kill it!
Duren, however, is the one who gets to go next. Duren,
All
what are
right,
you up to?
so I'm gonna do a combo of moving and Misty Step to go 60 feet.
Woof.
And it's above me, so I wouldn't be able to hit it with a sword right now, right?
You can hit it with a sword. It is a massive creature that's like as big as this pillar
And
is.
we're all cool. We're killing this thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, however, as you have moved within its range, and you are now standing on the frosty ground around it, I need a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
But I didn't even walk. I teleported onto
Mhm.
it.
And that's even worse. You teleport,
Oh.
you no feet, bam, you are prone.
You know what? Screw this game.
And on that,
That
by
was
the
the
way,
end of your
welcome,
movement to get that up.
welcome, dungeon scrawlers. Happy to see you out there. We're just dealing with the Borthak.
So I can't. Can I still get sneak attack in this case?
He's prone. He's still a combatant. You would have sneak attack. Yes.
Okay. I feel like the attack would go off no matter what, but ideally still with sneak attack.
Well,
So 25 to
I'm
hit would
25.
work. Yep.
ending my turn.
And
If
this
you
would just be using my held action.
okay, yep. Held action. 38 points of damage there.
So I
With
just see
those,
Duren come over, like, yes, we got him, Duren. Ah! Stab it as you fall onto your back.
It's too busy looking at me to know that you're about to hit it.
Duren and Fortune. Can I get a DC 16 dexterity saving throw from both of you?
Another one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm already on the ground.
You are.
Oh, does that give you disadvantage?
Hopefully not.
No.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think it does.
And I get an extra +4 from my aura.
As
Nice.
you hit the Borthak, its tail swishes back and forth trying to hit the two of you, but it cannot seem to land the blow. You're both fine. Duren, anything
Its
else for
tail
you?
is big enough to swing down to me on the ground and then up to Fortune on top of the boulder.
It is a 10-foot reach tail. So yeah. Las-Dal, what do we got?
Oh,
Oh,
seeing.
hang on. At the end of its turn, it will use its other legendary action to attempt to bite Fortune.
Bring it on.
Bite me.
21 to hit.
21 definitely hits.
That's a bad tasting kitty. You don't want it.
15 piercing and
my
7 acid
cutting words,
damage.
cutting
Words. Okay.
That's a bad tasting kitty. You don't want to know where you rolled.
Bad kitty.
So you need a 5 or higher on the cutting words. Oh.
Oh man.
Fortune is the one who looks over instead. What?
What do you mean I taste bad?
Ah!
On that, over to Las-Dal for the full turn. What are we doing?
Okay. Let's see. Seeing that he just took a chunk out of.
I'm okay.
You know what? We're gonna try something new. I'm not much of a swordsman, but you know what? 7th level casting a Mordenkainen sword.
Ooh. Back at the Sanctum,
So-
Mordenkainen's like, yeah.
So a nice large blade pops up behind big old pupper
yeah.
dog.
Okie dokie.
And then it is a +10 to hit. Oh, that's a 28 to hit.
Nice.
28 to hit is gonna be a hit.
Ooh, that's not bad damage. 40 force.
40 force damage?
4-0.
Oof. That all seemed to hit.
Bad doggy. That's all you hear from up there. Bad doggy.
Bad doggy.
Its reactive tail is poorly written.
That's all I got.
It's poorly written.
It's poorly written. So the reactive tail says when a creature within 10 feet of the Borthak hits the Borthak with an attack roll, it swings its tail in reaction, and then it does damage to all the ones around it. And I was like, I read that wrong like the first 3 times. I'm like, how the hell would the tail get all the way over there? But Loktar, what do we got? Prone on the ground, so probably half movement to stand up.
Yeah, that's a good place to start. Just one step over and start sticking this guy here.
Stick it to the
Stick 'em.
man.
So you are still invisible. Oh, Nikes. No, you're not.
Oh, you
Word of
concentrating on
Counting
that.
Sword is a concentration
Oh, no!
spell.
Oh no!
Son of a-
Mordenkainen's like,
I think Loktar would probably assumed that it was his falling that ruined the spell, so he doesn't blame you at
Yeah,
all.
it became.
Well,
Yeah, it's a concentration.
If it's any consolation, everyone got to see me fall, but nobody got to see
Nobody
you
saw.
fall.
Nobody saw you fall.
you know what? Let's find out if anybody gets to see
I guess-
Loktar fall, because he did just move within 10 feet of the Borthak. So, Loktar, can I get a dexterity saving throw from you, please?
Oh crap! 10 feet. All right. Yeah.
And he gets +4.
Uh,
Excellent. And advantage from Barbarian Dealy, right? 'Cause I
advantage
can
from
see it.
Barbarian Dude, because you can see the frost on the ground. So, yep, you're fine, still standing.
Nice. All right, and then yeah, big size and attacking.
Big size and attacking. Big size.
Yeah,
Boop, boop, boop.
here comes the big size right here.
Here comes the big size.
Here goes the big
That's what Lokar
size.
says to amp himself up.
Reckless, of course. Here it comes.
Reckless, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? 24 is definitely going to hit. 26 points of damage. Why do you got Dread Ambusher on there? Wait,
Oh, that was the first Gloomstalker attack right? My first.
No, because you fell
attack.
on the ground the first round.
It's
You lost
only
your-
round, not
Yeah.
first attack.
Yeah, it's the first round.
I think it's
Yeah.
like whenever my first attack is, right? Of the round.
No, it's the
No, I
first
think it's
round of
first
the fight.
round. So I think you
Oh,
lose.
really?
Yeah, I think you lose 8 off of that one. But
No. I was
Gosh,
thinking
okay.
because the
so hang on one
bugbear
second.
thing is
So the first
before
one,
8 acts.
the first one hits. The tail goes berserk. I need a
Okay.
DC 16 Dex from Fortune, Loktar, Duren.
Oh, it has its reaction again?
It is not a
Yeah.
reaction. It is a reactive
Oh, no.
tail.
Oh, thank
Uh-huh.
God.
That'd be a 10, I guess, with the +4.
Ooh,
Duren.
16, exactly.
Well,
16.
I have a +4 too, so I passed just 2.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
nice.
just going to be Loktar at the moment.
Lokar, watch out for the tail!
Watch out for the tail. 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Cut that in half because you're raging.
7.
The second attack
Cajun.
that you did hits will do 15 points of damage. And then everybody give me another dexterity saving throw.
Shitting me.
That's crazy.
Oh, I admit I didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
Dang, again, the same roll.
What do they need to roll?
A 16.
16.
Oh, a 16. Wow.
13 damage to Duren and Loktar. You want to attack again?
First damage I've taken.
How much you say?
13 more.
13.
So 6 for you.
Oh, yips. 24.
Ooh, forgot how to drink.
You should watch the YouTube channel How to Drink.
Hmm.
Tutorial.
Or is it the
that
hole
was
in your
two,
list?
right? That was only 2 attacks.
Tutorial.
Oh wait, that's
This
all
is
I
the
get.
tutorial on how to
Yep.
drink.
Yeah, so that's.
Lorp.
That's it for you there.
Oh, I'll bring down the little guy.
Little guy comes
And
down.
float
All
on
right.
over and do one more attack.
One more attack.
I knew there was something else hiding there.
God, I gotta do another damn
That's it.
dexterity saving
that.
throw.
All right.
That's what I'm
18,
just thinking. You
18
guys haven't
points
learned
there.
yet.
And then Loktar, Duren, and Loktar's thing, if Loktar's thing can be hit. Pass. No, Fortune, you're outside of the range on this one. But
I guess it'll be
Loktar will
14.
still take the damage.
Yeah, 14 with the. Oh, but it doesn't matter, huh? It doesn't make it either.
Doesn't
You
make
gotta
it.
have a 16. Yep.
Another 6 points of damage for you.
Getting the full car wash treatment.
Like a helicopter.
It's the cleanest Lotar's ever been, really.
Oh yeah. So if it has to make a saving throw, it uses your saving throw bonus for its roll. Okay, so.
If only we had fought this thing right after he destroyed all the items, you know? Could have gotten all the
dang it.
dust off of him quickly.
It'll have a +4 from Duren, so it'll make it with an 18 there.
Does it still take any damage whatsoever? It only has 1 hit point.
No damage whatsoever.
Okay, good.
So it
Yeah,
got
I guess
lucky
that's the end
there.
of that then.
And then Montgomery, what do we got?
How healthy does this thing look?
It's a big dog. It's taken a fair bit of abuse. It's definitely bloodied.
So he's bloodied. I guess I'm gonna hit it with a firebolt. Let's see what that does.
Okie dokie.
I gotta make another damn dex save.
He's not within 10 feet. You don't have to make another dex save.
Plus, there we go.
Oh, 23 is a
Nice.
solid hit. $18 is damage. Doesn't appear any better or worse than usual. Telovere.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, if I step right here, is that going to give me full cover? If
I
Like
didn't see
hiding
you
behind
move.
this
Hit
pillar?
it again. Yes, if you were there, you'd be behind full cover.
All right, cool. I'm going to step right there,
Okay.
and I'm going to poke my head around and go, I really don't like doing this anymore, and I'm going to cast Finger of Death at 7th level. So I need a 16 con save from it.
Wow.
Oh. Comes it. Ooh, it rolls a 12.
That is a fail.
That is a fail.
All right.
It does not have legendary resistance.
I know, I was waiting for it to use up. Gonna take 64 damage.
That is a very dead Borthak. Doesn't Finger of
Cool.
Death have a secondary effect if it kills something?
Only if it's a humanoid.
Ah, okay.
I got really hopeful too. I was like, if I could do this, oh, I'm going to.
The Borthak withers and dies before you. Well done. We're out of turn order. The
Too
ice.
bad. Good job, everyone.
I'm gonna go pick up the fruit.
Yeah, it's still good.
You got a delicious Palon fruit. It's got a surprisingly meaty flavor to it. But you're able to free those who were hidden in the temple. We will. What do we got for time? We will stop here and pick back up next week with the introduction of the Blue Fire Wardens, what they've been up to, and how they might be able to help you recover the next piece of the Rod of Many Parts, from the moon strongholds. And questions, comments, concerns, things you would like to be doing as you recover yourselves from having been thoroughly tail whipped.
I got nothing.
All right.
No. Just
Congrats.
excited
Some
to infiltrate.
Fur and claws from the beast. I don't know.
Yeah, you could harvest that. It's interesting little bits there. And we'll then pick back up. Good.
Oh, I was gonna say definitely like take a look at this creature now that's dead because it's pretty cool.
hmm
It's
Yeah.
got a lot of
Oh yeah,
pieces
check
going
its
on.
stomach for contents that might be worth something.
Check its stomach for contents. Give me 1d100 and call whether
Oh,
high or
snap.
low is good for you.
Okay.
While they do that, I would
Haven't
like
used
to
this in so long.
use. I'd like to use Arcane Recovery.
Arcane Recovery
That
definitely
thing is
can.
cursed.
Wait,
I
hey,
still have never rolled over a 50 with this
okay,
thing
wait.
ever.
So then, do you want to aim high or aim low? Which way is good for you?
It's due to go high, right? So I have to say.
That's
Isn't that
that's a
how-
gambler's
that's how odds work.
fallacy. No.
That is literally what they say in Vegas before they lose everything. But go
It's
for
gonna
it,
be
buddy.
a 1. Just
What do you
just
think?
a 1.
All right. And then I'm gonna have to get light to read it. Wait.
I was really
This
hoping
is the
to
problem
finger
with
death.
every D100.
Yeah.
Oops,
I
sorry.
was really hoping.
Sorry, Telovere.
Dang.
2024.
24.
Nothing that has survived its very acidic bile.
Oh my gosh. Once this thing finally does roll over a 50, it's got to be 100. It's all charged up.
Try putting it in moonlight.
Let it bask in the moonlight for you.
I think it needs a sacrifice.
Rolled it like 10 times and it's never scored over a 50 yet.
Well, you haven't sacrificed anything yet.
You need to sacrifice 5d20 to charge it up all the way up to 100.
That is
Give
how
up
the science
5
works.
crits.
Let's see. Roll 1d100. 8. All right, you did better than I would have. So we will pick back up next week, meeting our Blue Fire Warden new friends. Riffle will be bathing in the river to get off the acidic bile that he was coated with, and you'll have a bit of cleaning up to do from there. Thanks everybody for playing. Thanks everybody out in the audience for hanging out. We've been 20 sides to every story. If you like what you're doing, swing by the Discord, come have some fun. We're happy to see you there. And as I say that, I'm going to go ahead and hit the little raid browser button here, and let's find somebody to raid. And everybody have a great night. Do 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 do. Got anybody out there? Good enough fables. That seems like a thing. Button. Go. Thanks all.
Adios.
Ba-dum-bum.